Hello，你好，同学们。OK，我是来自 SCS Education 的属性。So 呢，接下来的这些影片呢，我们会收录在这里，so 你们可以无限的观看。我们之前做的这个 SPM 考试攻略。OK，我们是来自 SCS Education 的升学辅导中心，都是提供一站式的免费升学服务。So 呢，如果是讲你之前还没有了解过我们的话，你可以通过 subscribe 我们的这个 YouTube、Facebook 跟 Instagram，就是 SCS Education 可以了解更多的。然后如果是说你对升学很迷茫，想要了解更多关于就是 SPM 啊、UEC、Diploma 或者 Degree、PhD 过后的这个升学管道怎么样的话呢？你可以PM 我们 ，OK， 所以我们会安排就是辅导员跟你1对1的升学服务。OK，话不多说，OK，你们现在可以观看了。好，谢谢你们。
第一样东西，这个留意啦，今年是重要啦，今年的 ，OK，好，第一样，for 你的 paper three，OK，你的 kertas amalia，它是 more to 你的 thermal chemistry，所以你要留意这个 topic 啊，OK，那么它可能的那一个 experiment 呢，OK，就会是 heat of precipitation。heat of neutralization， OK， 还有一个就是 heat of displacement。为什么会有 combustion 呢？因为 for paper three 呢，你不能有太长的那个experiment procedure， 所以基本上都是比较快、比较直接、简单的。这3个你要多留意。好，当你做这些 experiment 的时候 ，OK。他会问你什么一些相关或者是 possible 的东西呢？第一个，你一定要知道 thermometer 1个 decimal point，right？thermometer reading 1个 decimal point，right？OK， 一下 ，OK。
虽然我看到那个镜头好像有一点点蒙蒙的感觉。
等一下，今天不知道为什么，可能网速不是很好。OK， 好 ，OK。Thermometer reading 是 one of 你 important 的东西 ，right？ 好，第二个 part 呢，就是你的 tabulation of data。OK，
OK，我相信是 Mr. Ryan 那边是断线，然后不用紧，我们稍稍再等他一下啊。所以我刚看到陆续有一些朋友进来，so 你们如果是说今天有那个用手机进来的学生们，你们有用手机进来的吗？可以给我一个1我。如果用手机的话，你们可能等下没有办法拿 note， 因为我会把那个 note 放在这一边。但是如果是说你没有拿到的话，你们可以回去问你们的那个管理员啊。谢谢你们的回应，我看到了，就跟他们拿那个 note 咯。所以希望今天最后一堂课可以帮到你们，也希望你们接下来的考试顺利啊。但如果是说要了解更多的详情，你可以 follow 我的这个小红书去了解更多 ，and also follow 我们的官网啦。我今天在 record 好吗？所以我先看一下。谢谢你 Doreen， 我看一下 Mr. Ryan 那边讲先啊。然后我们来一些互动咯。你们现在说话 OK 吗？文琪做到。
不好意思，刚才的 line 有点不好。好 ，before 我们今天讨论今天的另外一些课题，先跟你讲一下那个 scope 啊。Alright，so 刚才跟你讲到的就是 paper three 会在你新年后就会考这个paper three amali。So for chemistry 你要注重的呢比较多是在于你的 thermal chemistry 啊。所以如果你有别的 example question 你可以 try， 但是如果没有 experiment 你就没有得到了啊。所以我们有这3个 possible for paper three thermal chemistry 的。第一个是 precipitation， 第二个是 neutralization，然后另外一个是 displacement。因为这3个 experiment 呢都蛮容易可以carry on 你的 exam 你的 lab 的，所以你不会需要到很长时间啊等等之类，所以啦你就可以方便的去做这个 experiment。所以你要知道每一个东西你 measure 一定要用 measuring cylinder 啊，不可以用 beaker 等等之类，因为 beaker 啊跟 conical flask 它的 measurement 不准的，所以你一定要用 measuring cylinder 来 measure 你的那些 volume， 然后 temperature 一定要用 thermometer 来 stir， 还有你的 measurement。Right? So 在你的这个 experiment 里面，它总共会有15分，15分里面，它前面的4分就应该4到5分，它就会给到这些 calculate 这个 table 这个 data 所以你会 measure initial temperature， 然后 final temperature。So 它的 procedure 是什么样呢？For example， 好像这一题这样子你会首先 measure let's say 50 ml 的 HCl， 然后再 measure 50 ml 的 NaOH， 然后 before 你 mix 之前，你就要 measure 它们的 temperature， 所以你的 initial temperature 会有2个，一个是 acid 的 initial temperature， 一个是 alkaline 的 initial temperature。Right？ 如果它们2个之间是一样，你就没问题。如果它不一样的话，你就要加多一个叫做 average initial reading， 所以你要注意这一点呢，initial reading 好 ，average initial reading， 然后你才把 HCl 倒去 NaOH，then 你就 stir， 一边 stir 一边看你 temperature 的 increasement。如果 temperature increase 到 maximum 了吧，它再开始 reduce， 你就可以measure 跟拿最高的 temperature 就好了。然后 final 减 average 就是你的 change in temperature。After that， ethanol acid 跟 sodium hydroxide 也是一样的方法。好 ，so 这边会去到4到5分左右。然后你要记得，如果他讲 tablet data 的话，你一定要form一个 table，right？ 然后 MV 都会在左边 ，RV 都会在右边。所以你不要忘记这个重点啊。So after that， 他一定会叫你用 Q 等于 MC data 来 calculate 你的 heat change， 然后 mole 如果你是有 solution 的 ，usually 我们都会用 MV over 1000来算你的 mole。有了 mole， 有了 Q， 你就用 Q 除 mole 拿到 Joule per mole。可是你的 heat of reaction 最后都是要 in kilojoule per mole， 所以你记得要放 kilojoule per mole 不然的话你会少分数。So usually 这边会去了可能4到5分，然后 calculation 1分，这边去2分左右然后你就这边大概已经需要10分了。然后后面的呢，还有最后的5分呢，他可能会叫你画 energy profile。Energy profile 如果 let's say 你真的是不太清楚要怎样子画等之类的，你要记得这个是 basic energy， 然后这边是你的 reactant， 你写 reactant， 然后那个 energy， 这个是 product， 这个是给 exothermic 的。如果你做 experiment 的时候，你 feel 到它是 become warm， 意思说那个 solution after 你 mix 了过后，它比较温就是 exo。如果它 after mix 了过后，它是会比较冷，它是 endo 就会是这个，所以你可以把它记起来。好 ，let's say 这个 energy profile 呢 ，usually 还会给你2分左右。那么重点了，如果你真的是不会写 equation 怎么办呢？如果你不会写 equation， 方便你可以直接写它的 reactant， 那是你写 acid HCl hydrochloric acid 跟 sodium hydroxide， 然后 form sodium chloride 跟 water。如果你写不出 equation， 就写字。我的意思是这样子 ，hydrochloric acid plus sodium hydroxide。好，就这样子过来。好 那么然后最后3分怎样呢？然后他会跟你讲，如果我把这个pair of reactions 我不用 HCl， 我用 nitric acid 它的 heat 这里 predict， 如果叫你 predict 如果他叫你 predict 的话，你就直接给一个 value， 如果它是 same strong acid strong base，它就会跟这个一样。如果跟原本的跟 HCl 的一样，如果它给你的是 weak acid weak base，它就会少过你这一个所以它 usually 会跟你的这边的 value 有关系的。所以你要记得如果你是用一样的，它的 value 就会一样；如果你是用 weak 的，它就会少过这个 value。然后当然最后一个就是 reason why less than predicted 这样子罢了。所以这个是 paper 3咯。所以如果是 thermochemistry 的，你就不用太紧张。For physics 的，明天我再跟你 share about physics。OK， 所以这个大概跟你讲一下，你可以回去准备一下。YouTube 有很多 experiment， 有几个网站跟几个 YouTube 都有 show 那一个 heat of precipitation 跟 neutralization， 你可以看一下那个 procedure，so that exam 的时候你不会这样紧张，然后不会做等等之类这样子有些学生看到那个 apparatus 他会慌掉，他不知道这样子做。so 记得 thermochemistry 不会太难的，它只是需要你 measure 那个 solution。OK，so 学生讲老师可不可以画出来给我看那个 procedure 好，等一下OK，so 你的 procedure 第一个东西就是你要先 measure，你 measure 它两个不一样的 volume， 然后你就 measure 它的 temperature，initial temperature， 然后第二个 step 你就把这一个 solution 倒进去，然后再 stir with thermometer然后拿最高 temperature， 搞定。就这样子罢了所以不是说太难的 experiment 来的，很快解决的，是这个 question 罢了，你要注意我还要提多一次 predict 一定要有 value不要讲 more than less than 一定要有 value 跟 unit， 所以不要忘记这一个重要OK， 所以这个是 paper 3的。好 OK，paper 1我跟你讲不到它会有什么 possible 的question 我直接跟你讲 paper 2的 possible question OK，paper 2我们会比较prefer 你注重的 OK，paper 2它可能会有6到6题左右的OK，alright OK，structure of atom 是跑不了的so proton number isotope 这个是跑不了的，然后 mole calculation 那个你也是跑不了的，一定会有的所以你的 mole 一定要双，可是它的 mole calculation 会 with empirical formula 没有？那一个 so far 我是看到是有这个 possibility 啦，所以你可以准备一下。OK， 然后 periodic table 他一定会问你的 periodic table。OK， 好，然后 OK， 我会觉得 redox 就是好像 rusting transfer electron at a distance 这个你不是有一个 experiment 叫 YouTube 的，是不是这个会有可能会今年会考，因为去年出了 rusting。所以 YouTube 这个 experiment 会比较 high possible，right？OK，reactivity series 那个也可能OK，so thermo，rate of reactions 也会在 structure 比较大机会，因为rate of reaction 去年已经问了在 essay， 所以今年的 possible 的 question rate of reaction 可能会出在 structure。然后 OK， 另外一个是。这是acid base OK，alright，OK，redox 除了这个，你也可以注重一下 electrochemistry，right？ 因为 electrochemistry 它去年完全一题也没有出，所以你可以留意一下。OK，还有一个 possible 的，这个应该会是有 food additive，right？food additive。或者是 medicine 的那一个 topic， 就一个 medicine， 就那个 topic 了。然后 essay， 这个还有一个 possibility carbon compound 也可能会是出来 structure， 因为去年他已经问了关于到你的 essay question， 所以 carbon compound 出在 structure 会机会比较大。还有这个就是 vulcanized rubber 这个 part， 它可能会出在这一边vulcanized rubber。OK， 然后你的 essay。OK，essay 会有2题，然后有1题是要 describe experiment 的。好 ，so 这一个OK，for 你的 essay Okay, alright. So for acid base 机会比较大会出在 acid，就好像说还要你 compare 那个 acid 哪一个比较 strong 然后比较 weak 这样子，然后跟 pH 的 relation 或者是 water assistant water present 有 water 跟没有 water 的差别，它的 properties 有没有在 ？OK， 然后当然你要准备的就是 for 这个 experiment 呢，我可能可以讲的就是大概这样子了我也不敢跟你 confirm 一定出不可能的。如果我知道全部科学出的话，那也是不太 OK 的。Right， electrochemistry 你也是要注意electrochemistry。OK，Alright， 然后 OK 注意chemical bond conductivity 这一个也会比较大机会出在你的 essay 那边。So describe experiment， 因为你肯定会有一题 question 是问关于到 describe experiment 的，意思说它前面10分是给你 theory， 后面的10分是给你 describe experiment。OK，Alright，OK，describe experiment 呢，意思说他给你一个 situation， 你要用它的 experiment， 你要用它的那个你要用它的 experiment， 你要用它给你的 apparatus 跟 material 来 plan 一个 experiment，so 要 include observation, procedure、tabulation of data 还有 conclusion 的。So OK， 每一个 state 它都会有不一样的 possible question， 那么就有一个法行的呢，就是 conductivity， 然后有一个周的它是问关于到那一些那个 pH 的 pH 跟 concentration 的差别在哪里OK，so这边我跟你讲一下，如果它真的是出 describe experiment，OK， 等下我拿一题 example show 给你看这边有一个 question 问 What is electrochemistry？ 就是你学那个 electrolysis 然后 factor determine 你的 product of electrolysis，water cell，SEP standard electric potential 那一边OK， 好，for 这个 describe experiment 的，我用一个 example 来跟你讲就现在你可以拿出你的 set 2， set 2 set 2我们去最后一题 essay， 给你一些 skill 在这边。Section C，Section C 的，preparation of salt 也是蛮 possible 这个题目也可以注意一下。So 来看最后一题Diagram 10 show the reaction scheme for the salt Q. Alright, Q heated strongly, R will form, and then you produce a brown gas. Produce a gas. Okay, colorless gas. Main thing, R is brown when hot, yellow when cold. Okay, when brown and yellow, this one confirm R is PB oxide. Right? Please remember this. R is PB oxide. Okay. Alright. So if R is PB oxide and some more, you produce one gas. Okay. Colorless gas, high possibility will be CO2. Because if you got nitrate will produce salt, oxygen, and nitrogen gas together. You will have two gases together. So since here only got one gas, that's why I will think of CO2. Okay? Because chloride and sulfate also will not decompose. So in other words, Q will be PB nitrate. Okay. Then the second reaction, this reaction scheme are very disturbing. I should say that it's not organized. This is the second reaction. Okay. PbO react with nitric acid. What will you form? Of course, base and oxide. Base and acid, you produce lead nitrate. Okay, you analyze the whole thing first. Okay, then the third reaction, PB nitrate react with sodium carbonate. This is two salt solution. I'm sure this one is double decomposition. So you will produce PB carbonate and sodium nitrate. So this is your insoluble salt, PbCO2, CO3, sorry. Right, so you can get ready first about this one. Yeah, this one. This is the salt that I'm going to produce, PbCO3. Right. Yeah. All right. Okay. So that is the basic thing we go through about this page. So if you know what is your PRXW, YZ, then it will be easier for you to go through the part 2 later. All right. Okay. Okay. So after we know what is all of the salt already, then now we can go for the next questions. Okay. Okay. My bad. Yeah, Q is lead carbonate. I don't know why I write lead oxide. Okay, lead carbonate, right? Lead 2 carbonate. Eh? Lead 2 carbonate. Okay, done. Eh? Okay, then we go for the question number 3. All right. Okay. So, all right. Now, okay. So you see, state the name of the W that turn the lime water cloudy. All right, confirm CO2 lah, carbon dioxide. But then they ask for name. If name, then have to be carbon dioxide, right? Full name. Then the Q and R and then X as well. Okay. So one more thing I have to remind you, because if they say identify, you can write symbol, or you write full name, also no wrong. So you can write lead nitrate, lead carbonate, lead oxide, or the formula also no worry, also can. Okay, so that is the 4 marks. Okay, 4 things, 4 marks. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Now, this one. Okay. Describe a chemical test to verify the anion. So verify anion for chemical test. You know that your Y is the carbonate. Okay, Y is carbonate, lead carbonate. So how do we verify carbonate? Okay, when you come to chemical tests, okay, chemical test must have 3 things: the procedure, what you add, and then the observation. So first thing, okay, so you will say collect the sample Y with a test tube. Okay, so this is your step 1. Okay, so after you collect the sample already, then the second step you will say, all right, you don't straight away add acid first. Okay, all right, you have to prepare. Okay, so you can say add 5 ml of HCl into the test tube and place a stopper with delivery tube to a test tube filled with lime water. Okay, all right. why we cannot directly just say add acid and then add lime water? Because the difference is like oxygen, hydrogen, you can just put the wooden splinter on the top of the test tube, then you can see the result. But this one different. This one, you have to let the gas that you produce flow to the lime water, only you will see the difference. So that's why if you involve CO2, the procedure is very long. They said they give you 4 marks. Okay, the reason is because usually chemical test is only 3 marks, but now they give you 4 marks. So lastly, lime water will turn cloudy. Right? So this is the way how you get the answer, right? For 4 marks. So procedure, here 1 mark. Okay, then you add acid 1 mark, delivery tube, blah blah blah, with lime water 1 mark, final answer 1 mark. So that's how you score the 4 marks there. Okay. Okay. Right. So now you can go through first. So that's why what I say is when you come with a chemical test always have this word. Right. I highlight for you. You must have this step 1. Collect the sample with a test tube. If you don't collect, how you test? Then what reagent you add? And then step 3, observation. Right? Observation. Right? Observation. Okay, so this is the things that we have, yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, easy, yeah. Okay. Then we go to B1. Okay. Okay. B1. All right. Suggest the name of the reaction between Y and sodium carbonate. All right. Write the chemical equation. You know that the sodium carbonate with X1 to produce the Y is a double decomposition. So question B1. Okay, your answer will be double decomposition. Okay, then equations. Lead nitrate plus sodium carbonate. Okay, so some students will say, teacher, I don't know how to write this equation. I show you. I highlight the N ion. What you do is just exchange the N ion. Pb take the carbonate, become Pb carbonate. Sodium take the nitrate, become NaNO3. Don't forget, you put the 2 in front. Why? Because Na only form +1. So you put the 2 in front to balance the equation. Double decomposition, 1 mark. The equation, 2 marks. That's how you get, right? The full marks there. So, all right, this is a 3 marks question. So salt will be easy if you have all of this information. You know what salt involved, then you can try to do. Don't straight away, salt I don't want to do. Sometimes salt is easier compared to the other. But of course, like Bahang paper, salt they mixed with rate of reaction. Of course, students will choose rate of reactions instead of salt because rate of reaction is easier. So, okay, there will be some skill for you. Okay. All right, now, okay, here. One of the salt produced from the B1, right, was found in the sandwich that Awang had in school. His sandwich contains processed meat in the sausage and salami, okay, and so on. So now, okay, all right, this salt will be used to inhibit the growth of the bacteria, okay, that spoil it from, and so on. Okay, name the salt you produce, and then can the salt dissolve? Well, this question bombastic, very kebab. Okay, so these 2 salt, actually, which one you put inside your sandwich? Here, they got say inhibits growth of bacteria. In other words, they are looking for preservative. Okay, preservative will be involved your chapter chemical for consumer. These 2 things, nitrate, sodium nitrate is the preservative. So answer is sodium nitrate. Is it a soluble salt? Yes, it's soluble in water. Right, soluble in water. That's things. Yeah, simple. Okay. Right. So the last one, this one will be a little bit kebab also. Okay, so you see, describe briefly how to separate the naphthalene from sodium chloride. Okay, so now you want to separate naphthalene from sodium chloride. Okay, then you have to explain the observation, right? The difference observation. All right. First of all, you know that naphthalene and magnesium chloride, the most significant one is this is covalent, this is ionic compound, right? So how do you differentiate them? Simple. Naphthalene will not soluble in water, but ionic compound soluble in water. So we will use solubility of ionic covalent to determine which to separate them. So that's why you see this question look like chapter sort, but if you go through them, they are chemical bond again. So that's why I see few state that they already keep repeating the questions about chapter chemical bond. So for this experiment, we can prepare for it. Okay, now how do we get the 7 marks? Okay, first of all, observation of course will give you 1 mark. Who dissolve, who cannot dissolve, 1 mark. And then explain them because one is ionic, one is covalent. So you already have 2 marks. 5 more marks will be go to the procedure. Okay, now I will give you some hints. If let's say like some experiment you have to create yourself one, what I will suggest you to do is, okay, all the procedure, when you write procedure, you must have action, you must have value, right? You must have apparatus, and then you must have direction. This is the 4 elements that we need to have when you write procedure. So whatever procedure you create must have these 4 things, right? Direction, value, apparatus, and your action. Okay, so now, for example, I give you this one, naphthalene and sodium chloride, magnesium chloride. How do you separate them? You know that this one, naphthalene insoluble in water, magnesium chloride soluble in water. Simple, just add water only. You add water, after that, stir until they fully dissolve. Next step, filter. Then you can get your naphthalene. Then after you get naphthalene, how do you get your magnesium chloride? Magnesium chloride and water, you can just use heating or boiling or evaporation. Okay, so that is a 5 step. Okay, so step 1, okay, all right. Okay, action. Value, apparatus, direction. So first thing I will say 250 ml of distilled water. Okay, this value is measured with what apparatus? Measuring cylinder. Okay, and pour into the beaker with naphthalene and magnesium chloride. Okay, so what is the things? Measure is action. 250 ml distilled water, this is the value. With what? Measuring cylinder, apparatus, pour into magnesium chloride and naphthalene beakers, this is direction. So this is the way how I create my first sentence, right? Okay, so after you mix already, what's the next step? You have to stir. You cannot not stir. So the solution will be stirred with glass rod, with a glass rod. Okay, so action is stir. The solution is the value that we are stirring. Apparatus, glass rod. Okay, direction until no more changes. It means they will dissolve until no more changes. So this is my value, this is my action, this is my apparatus, this is my direction. Right? Okay. Then no more change already lah. solution is filter. Okay, all right. Okay, the solution is filter. All right. Okay. Solution is filter. You do need to say solution is filter with using filter paper with the apparatus set up like a filtration. No need. Just for filtration, you just write it's filter will be fine. Okay. Then okay. So when you filter, right, you already get your naphthalene. How you get magnesium chloride? So the last one, the solution of filtrate. Okay, or you can just say the filtrate, the solution of the filtrate. I think better we write filtrate now. Okay, because you can clearly see what is the difference between filtrate and residue. Okay, so the filtrate is heated with Bunsen burner until no more water. Okay, Alright. So for set 3, set 4, okay, this one will be shorter a little bit. Okay, so this time the student ask, how do we differentiate the filtrate and residue? Okay, like this. When you do filtration, okay, this is the naphthalene. We will call them as residue. And then here is the solution that you filter out. This is called filtrate. Right? The filtrate got your magnesium chloride inside one. Right? So when you filter, you get a naphthalene. How you get back your magnesium chloride with from the water? Heat until they form water back form NaCl2. No more water. Right? So this is the 5 marks. Still 4 marks. We still have 3 marks for the observation. So you can write down, go through first. At least you know how to apply the action. The action, value, apparatus, direction. So for all type of described experiment, you can do the same. Right? You can do the same thing. Okay. And you go through first. Then we go for the observation. Right. So the observation will be like this. Naphthalene will not dissolve in water and will be collected as residue, while MgCl will be dissolved in water and collected after boiling the residue. Boiling the filtrate. So this is the observation. Okay. Then the reason naphthalene. Hold on. Your question I reply to you after I done this one. Okay. Right. Then magnesium chloride is an ionic compound that's soluble in water. Okay. All right. So just now here the student ask, teacher, is it all questions have to be right in passive sentence? Yes. Must describe, no matter in paper 2, paper 3, easy. Just passive sentence, that's all. Right? Let's say you say, I don't know how to write passive sentence, or can I write in active? I would suggest you to do that. Right? So you have to write in passive sentence. If not, you lost mark. No? Okay. And also, right, for this one, Okay. Previously, got one teacher say before, can we use the simple way, which is used like all action, like example measure, filter, stir, this kind of action verb. Just put ed. No problem. Can. I will say that no problem, because not all chemistry teacher good in English one, so you can just write it. So it's heated. It's stir, no problem. It's measure, no problem. Even though you, for example, we know cut, there is no persistent word one. If you write cut, is cut. Also we will know one, so you just write, no problem. But of course, your English is quite good, so have to avoid this kind of silly mistake, right? If not, you will share all the marker at the time, right? When we mark the paper. So that's the idea, okay? You can write in past sentence. What else? Is cut. Got few of the words they don't have persist word one, so you can avoid that. Okay, so you can do that first. Okay, right. So this is the idea, right, of the describe. So because previously I have not much time to discuss this one with you, so that's why now I take this chance to explain with you. Okay. All right. Good. Also for this part, right, we have some questions also involve electrochemistry one. So maybe I will discuss that essay with you later. Okay. If you're okay, can you come to essay number 10? Just a question in front of me, because this is 11. So I'm going to discuss number 10 with you. Then after we done the part A, then we come to a short break. Right? Get you some toilet break, let you refresh. Only we continue. Can I look back at 11B? Can you get 11B2. 11B2 is not. Oh, all right, 11B2 here. Preservative sodium nitrate soluble in water. Okay. Okay, right. Good. Okay, right. All right. Okay. Very good. Okay. So there's too much of things to discuss with you, but how to say, time is very limited. That's why I only can choose the product modeling info. I think electrochemistry, about the selection of the product of electrolysis one. Last week lesson we already go through the step and so on one. Okay, so I'm going to perform again the way how do we get the product of electrolysis. Okay, diagram 10.1 show the apparatus of 0.0001 molar of Y chloride. Okay, these are Y chloride. Okay, then you are using carbon electrode. Okay, now for me, when I see there's a battery, I straight away highlight them because I want to know where is my anode cathode. This is my anode, this is my cathode. Long one positive. So this is a positive terminal, the anode. This one negative, the cathode. Okay? Alright. So okay. Now first thing, you check electron. What is carbon electron? Number 2, check concentration. Concentration is dilute, which means that if dilute, then we will go to the third step. The third step, it means you have to calculate, you have to determine which ion will be selected. Okay, so dilute means you go to third step, position of ion in SEP. Right, standard electric potential. So we have to use this one. So, okay, how do we analyze what ion you will produce? Okay, because we don't know what is Y, so I cannot tell you what will be Y, but we can analyze for the N ion, right? So for Y, Y, of course, you have one unknown ion, and then you have chloride for sure. And then because of solution sure have H and OH. So this one will go to cathode, this one will go to anode. Right? Because it's dilute, so dilute I will choose OH. Okay. All right. These two I don't know, because if copper or silver, they will choose hydrogen. So I don't know what is my cathode production, but I will know chloride and OH because it's dilute. Dilute I will go for OH. Okay. So now the question asks you, okay, suggest a Y chloride. Okay, 1 mark. Write the equation occur at anode. 2 marks. If the solution is 1 molar, 1 molar cannot already. 1 molar, you have to choose concentrated solution plus chloride. So state the product at anode and give your reason. So since here, let me see the question first. Okay, all right. So here is 4 marks. That's why I will think equation is 1 mark. 1 mark, 1 mark. Oh, so we got 4 marks here. Okay, so we suggest a Y first. Okay, suggest only anything can be. You can choose NaCl, you can choose MgCl, you can choose copper chloride, but you cannot choose silver chloride because silver chloride is insoluble salt. You cannot choose that. Right? Only these 3 examples. KCl also can if you want. Zinc chloride also can. Right? Must be Cl. Okay. So if you have dilute, dilute will be oxygen gas. So if you use 0.001 mole per dm cube, then your product will be oxygen gas because you choose OH. Right? Okay, the equation is this one if you forgot, but actually you don't need to write the equation. Question did not ask you to write. Oh, okay. Then if you use concentrated, right? If you use concentrated 1.0 mole per dm cube, your anode confirm will produce chlorine gas. Why? OH and Cl, dilute only we choose OH. If concentrated like this, you must choose Cl. Why? Because concentration of chloride is higher than OH. So 1 mark, 2 marks, 3 marks, 4 marks. That's how we get all the 4 marks. Right? So this is electrolysis. Next one will be difficult. Question B will be hard. But one good things about redox questions redox question, they are very how to say, they will let you know what you have to write. That's why it won't be so difficult if you compare to like the chapter sort. Chapter sort not that really directed. That's why I will prefer you if can you do redox. Yeah. Okay, like next one. Okay, okay, we do one more questions, Alright, okay, this one will be a bit hard. Okay, like this, you see. Okay, teacher, if exam asks us why chlorine gas is produced in high concentration, how to explain? Okay, alright, if they say why higher concentration will be selected, then your answer is just say, all right, chlorine will have higher probability attracted to cathode. Sorry, my mistake. Chloride will have higher probability attracted to anode compared to hydroxide. Okay, you can use probability this word because higher concentration means easier to get attracted. If you don't want to use probability, you can just say higher chances to get attracted also can, right? Okay, like now, okay, one more. Okay, tahan, one more. Then only we take short break. Okay, this question. Okay, when they give you cell A, cell B, all right, both also copper sulfate, right? Don't make yourself difficult. We check one by one. In cell A, nothing you can get. Only you got carbon electrode, and then you don't know who is anode, cathode, positive, negative. You don't know. You only know there's copper sulfate. So maybe we can list out the ion, the copper ion, sulfate ion, H plus, and OH. Itu je I can get. Okay, all right. Okay, so we skip next one. Okay, if we come to this one, right here got a bit more information. Magnesium and copper. You got magnesium, you got copper. Okay, how you know which one is anode, cathode? So you check the SEP. Magnesium negative 2.38, copper positive 0.34. So more negative one will be anode, undergo oxidation. The less positive one will be cathode, undergo reduction. Okay, and also this one, when you use magnesium and copper, we call them as Vortex cell. Vortex cell got one more important thing. Anode must be negative terminal, cathode will be positive terminal because oxidation produce electron. Cathode accept electron, that's why positive. Okay, all right. So now you see this one, the negative terminal connect to the Q. So this is negative terminal, right? Okay, so this one connect to this one will be positive terminal. So actually this cell, right, this is the battery. This is the electrolytic cell. So the battery supply the electric to them. Okay, so that's why I would suggest you do part by part. After you get a positive, negative, then only you see same wire one, negative, positive. So remember, cell A is electrolytic cell. So if you want to make yourself become much easier, okay, what I can suggest you is you can redraw them. This is P, this is Q, right? Then you put inside the solution. I just simply draw lah. Okay, this one you connect to the battery, right? The P connect to the copper. The Q connect to the magnesium. So copper is positive, magnesium is negative. That's why here positive, here negative. Right? So this whole thing actually is this. Okay? Alright. Okay. So which one is cathode? Q. 1 mark only. Right? Very little marks only. Oh, Q. Okay. Right. So we go to the next question, then we see what they want to ask. Okay. Explain the reaction at the cathode for which cell? I think it's for diagram 10.2. For cell A. For cell A. This is for cell A. So your answer have to include the following aspect: the list of the ion attracted, name the ion that selected, why, what reaction, and observation. So here, list the ion. That's why 2 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark. That's how you get 6 marks. Right? Okay? Alright, like what are the ion go to negative terminal? Negative terminal must be positive ion go. So that's why your answer, the first one is copper 2 plus and hydrogen ions attracted to Q. Okay. Why? Sorry. Next one. Which one will be selected? Copper and H? Copper. Right? You have to write copper 2 ion because they say name. Right? Copper 2 ions will be selected. What's the reason? Okay. Cathode, also known as reduction. Right? Also known as reduction. So the reduction will choose a more positive SEP. So you can say standard electron potential of Cu2 plus is more positive than hydrogen. You see, hydrogen is 0, copper is positive 0.34, so more positive. Remember, cathode will be more positive, anode will be more negative. Right? This one last week we got mentioned already once. Then what reaction you have? Cathode must be reduction. This one I think that last week I also got to tell you, reduction always come with cathode. Why? Roti canai. That's the way how I remember my students, roti canai. Right? So reduction with cathode, anode, oxidation. Okay. All right. So what observation? When CO2 plus keep discharge, your blue solution turns to colorless. Okay? Because number of CO2 plus reduced already. So this is the way how you answer this one. Right? Okay. So, all right. Okay. Now we take a short break. By 5:20, we continue the YouTube again. All right. Right. Let's continue with our next questions to discuss. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now we are going to this one, the YouTube. Okay. You can spend some effort on this part because it might be one of the hot topic. Okay, for your exam. Okay. So when I give you a YouTube like this, okay, what should we start with? You really have no direction, one, right? Like just have the video starting, keep repeating, tell you to know what to do. So what to do? So if you don't know what to do, know what to study, by SCS. So for chemistry part, you got bromine and iron 3 chloride. So what will be the first thing we do? We will look for oxidizing agent. So oxidizing agent, okay, will be the following: potassium manganate, potassium dichromate, and then bromine water, chlorine water, right? Right, and sometimes we can have hydrogen peroxide, iron 3 ions also can. Right, so this will be the possible oxidizing agent. Why I will ask you for oxidizing agent? Because reducing agent will be a lot. So oxidizing agent quite limited one. So one thing is oxidizing agent always come with, they are undergo reduction. Reduction means cathode, also means positive terminal. So that's why this is what we have. Okay, all right. So that's why when you compare bromine and iron 3 chloride, I make a correction first. This is iron 2 chloride. Oh, not iron 3, iron 2. If iron 3, right, no reaction occur. Okay, iron 2, iron 2 chloride. Oh, okay, no problem. Hold on first. All right, because the question got mentioned number 2 later. Okay, so like this, you see, bromine and iron 3 chloride both also oxidizing agent. So in other words, they are oxidizing agent, they both also undergo reduction. Then how do you undergo redox? So that's why this transfer electron actually not occurring, not able to occur. So we go to the question. Study the diagram 10.3 and identify the mistake made. Right? So the mistake actually is, all right, both are oxidizing agent. Okay. So what can you do? All right. Okay. Iron 3 chloride is replaced with iron 2 chloride. Okay, iron 2 chloride. Okay, so all right. So this is the thing you have to do. If you don't change the iron 3 to iron 2 chloride, then we cannot do reactions. Okay. So, okay. This one, we change to iron 2 chloride. Now, obviously, bromine will be oxidizing agent. This one will be reducing agent. Okay. Oxidizing agent undergo reduction, cathode. Reducing agent undergo oxidation is anode. Okay, so this is the package. Okay, so you do that first. Then we go for the questions. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, all right. So the last one, 7 marks. Identify oxidizing agent, reducing agent, state observation, write equation, and ionic equation involved. So you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So one of them, each of them, they got already one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 overall ionic. Oh, okay. All right. So first one, we go to oxidizing agent. Okay, bromine water. Oh. Okay. Then reducing agent, iron 3 chloride, iron 2 chloride. Sorry, yeah, iron 2 chloride. Okay, you can write the the formula because they say identify only. Oh, they are not asking you to name. Okay, so electron S is the bromine one. So bromine will be brown. Okay, turns to colorless. Okay, while the Y will be green solution, turns to brown. Okay, so what's the reason? Now I write for you. Okay, so the reason is because bromine and X undergo reduction. So when bromine undergo reduction, this is the equation. You will form the bromide. While the Y undergo oxidation. So iron 2 plus will become iron 3 plus electron. Okay, so this is the equation that you have. Right? Then overall equation. Okay, overall equation, you see 2 electron, 1 electron. This equation have to times 2. Okay, because you have to get 2 electron. So bromine plus 2Fe2 plus form 2Fe3 plus 2 bromine. This is the overall ionic equation. Right? So the whole thing times 2 to get this one. So 7 marks, clear and easy. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Done. Okay. So this is the essay questions for number 10. Okay. So, all right. Okay. We will go back to the first part because first part got some structured questions. There's quite simple and then might be asking. Right? Okay. So if you're okay, then back to question number 1. Okay. Later, after we settle this part, then maybe around like 5:45 like that, then I will open Q&A and let you all ask any questions or any things that you wish to know before we end the last seminar that we have. Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right. Okay. So this is the 3 different things we have: bromine, lead, and also Pb2 chloride. Okay, so you see, bromine is covalent. That's why it will be a molecule. Okay, you can put in your mind. Lead will be atom because it's metal. Ionic compound structure will be ions. Okay, right. Covalent always molecule. Ionic compound. Okay, I write for you. Covalent will give molecule. Metal will give atom. Ionic compound give ions. Right? Okay. So state one substance exists as atom. Atom, Pb, the lead. Okay. Alright. Write the formula ion for the Pb. Pb you can write two. Either Pb2 plus or Pb4 plus. Okay. Okay. Which one have the lowest boiling point? Answer is the covalent one, bromine. Okay. Alright, simple. This kind of question is the structure of atom. Right? They can ask you like this. Okay. Alright. What is the physical state of the bromine? Bromine is liquid. Okay. Here, tell you something here. Alright. Fluorine, bromine, iodine. Fluorine gas, fluorine gas, chlorine gas, bromine liquid, iodine is solid. The color, fluorine no color. This one greenish yellow. Okay. Bromine brown. Okay. Iodine, they will have two color, brown and purple. Okay. Brown when you in water. Purple when you in organic solvent. Right? Organic solvent like CCl4. Okay, it will be purple in color. For example, right? So you have to put more attention about this thing. Okay. Okay, right. All right. Yeah. Okay. So now, okay. Got one question asked, teacher, what is the intermolecular force of them? They are covalent. Covalent will have van der Waals force. Van der Waals force depends on size. Larger size, larger total surface area, stronger van der Waals force. The first lesson we discussed already one. Okay, lead-2 bromide can conduct electricity in molten state. Why? When they mention conduct electric in molten state, free moving ions. Okay, contains free moving ions. Okay, right. Okay, next one. Okay, all right. Number 2, right? This one. What is this? This one is your monomer of the rubber. Okay, so we know that monomer of the rubber is commonly everybody know it's called isoprene. But if you write isoprene here, habis, because they got mentioned IUPAC system. IUPAC, you cannot use isoprene. So IUPAC, you have to put the full name. Okay, how do we name hydrocarbon? Okay, you have to find the longest parent chain. This is the longest parent chain, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon. Second carbon got 1 branch, so 2 methyl. Okay, 4 carbon, butane, 1, 3, diene. Di is because you got 2 double bond. Okay, all right, okay, all right. Draw the structure for the natural rubber when they form polymer. This one, I will show you the way how we draw polymer for them. Okay, I redraw the structure of your isoprene first. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So this is my structure isoprene. So when they form polymer, okay, you look carefully. What will be happen over here? Okay, double bond break, become single bond. Okay. Double bond break, become single bond. Okay, so these two, they will connect with other monomer. So the N means a lot of unit. So these two bonds, right, they will combine, become double bond in the middle. Okay, so this is the structure of your natural polymer. So in other words, your double bond open, one left, one right. The middle one combine, become another double bond in the middle. This question also quite hot for the vulcanized rubber. Please remember the N value you must write. If you forget the N value there, forget to put the N and the square bracket, then lost marks straight away. Right? 1 mark also will have. Okay. Then next one. Okay. All right. So diagram 2.2 show the rubber undergo a process to enhance the properties. Okay. You see sulfur, right? Obviously, there's a lot of sulfur here. So the process of adding sulfur is called vulcanized rubber. All right. Okay, here the questions are, okay, can we write the can we write the structure exactly look like it? All right, no problem. Can take out. Sorry, my bad. I look vulcanizations, not vulcanized. Hold on. Later I back to the structure if you want. Okay. Vulcanization. All right. All right. So, all right. A student asked, teacher, if I don't know how to arrange this one, can I use the original diagram? Okay, I show you. All right. Let's say you want to use back the original structure. Okay, I redraw them. Okay, same idea. Okay, double bond, open. Here form 1 bond. Double bond, open. Here form 1 bond. So just now, the 2 double bond will combine. Okay, actually same thing, right? No problem, either one. The most important, this one must write. Okay. 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 All right, can I? Okay. Okay. All right, back to the questions. Okay, right. All right. Okay. So explain how the process, all right, can improve the elasticity. Okay. So you see, at first they are using weak van der Waals force to hold them, to attract them. But now with the sulfur, so the sulfur, okay, 2 points you have to mention. Sulfur act as cross-link atoms to increase the capability to withstand force, withstand pulling and compression force. Okay, but if let's say you don't want to say until so difficult, you just write sulfur atom can act as a cross-link atom to increase the capability to withstand the force. No problem, can? Okay. All right. Okay. Then next one, okay. Okay. Oh, kejap. You want to compare first? Okay. 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 So next one. All right. Okay, this questions right is about the composite material. Okay, so these questions, don't worry because it's asking about something which is actually advanced and compared to SPM level. They ask that they say that your cellulose and also lignin, right, is used to produce the composite material. So this is the lignin actually. So what is lignin actually? All right, the function of lignin is to produce a strong cell wall to protect cellulose. All right. This kind of question, I can tell you, more to degree level only we will study one. But this question just give you some idea about it. But don't worry too much about this one. Okay. But number two, important. Okay. All right. Okay. Next one. State the substance in the fiber optic. Okay, and its advantage. Okay, you must differentiate between fiber optics and glass fiber. Right? Glass fiber is some sort like carbon fiber they can use to make very strong material one. But when you come to fiber optic, this one is a combination of all different glasses or plastic or perspex to make your high-speed data transmission cable. All right. So state the substance in the fiber optic. Okay. Different reflective index glasses and elastic polymer. Okay. Okay. So what are the advantages? All right. Okay. Can transmit data in light speed and multiple data transmissions. Okay. So you can transmit data in a very, very short period and a lot of bundle of data together. All right. Okay. Okay. So state the two type of the ceramic. I can tell you myself also. I have to search only. I know because ceramics not that hot in exam one, but then this one is a trial paper. Okay, so we can go through that. Luckily, okay. What are the two types of ceramic? Okay, don't worry. The first one I sure know. You also know porcelain, right? Okay. Another one. Okay, another type we will have earthware and stoneware. Okay. Then you will say, I don't know anyway, all right? Because you will sure know that, teacher, how I know? All right, like this. Okay. Actually, stoneware or earthware is referred to how we get the ceramic and the source of them. But don't worry about this part, not very important. Right? But you know, just let you know, there's two types. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Based on your answer in 3B, state which one is used to manufacture the above one. I tell you, bricks, I don't know, but bowl and pottery confirm porcelain. Porcelain contain high amount of kaolinite. Kaolinite will be the good substance to make your porcelain strong. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. One more question. Then we go to Q&A already lah. Okay. Like, all right. So empirical formula is not easy, right? 5 and 10. So you will get CH2, right? Yeah, by 5. Okay. So you divide the factor is 5, yeah? All right. So I will tell you that this is the factor 5. So when you want to get back molecular formula, empirical formula, multiply the factor, you will get back this one. Okay. So what do you mean by empirical formula? Okay, this one just want to remind you again. Simplest ratio of each element's atom in the compound. Okay. All right. This one settled already lah. Okay. All right. So what is the equations for the heating of compound Q, zinc nitrate? Okay, like this. This equation, right? If you refer back your notes, okay, your teacher might be giving you this general equation. For most of the nitrate salt, they follow this. They just replace the M. The M can be put copper, magnesium, zinc, barium carbonate, and so on. Right? And all 2 plus, then you can use this general equation. Okay? Like, all right. So the last question for 3 marks, they say if you let the Q heat, right? So what will be the volume of the nitrogen dioxide? So Q is your zinc nitrate, and you want to go nitrogen dioxide. So all right, nitrogen dioxide is here. Zinc is here. So 2 to 4. Oh, so 0.2, 0.5 to double the amount. So you get 1.0 and 84. So 3 marks. Each of them 1 mark. Okay, here got a student asked, teacher, is it must write the triangle for heating? All right, for heating process, yes, simple, right? For heating process. But if you don't write, so far we haven't start like cost you lost mark, this and that. We still accept, right? But for heating one, the composition one, carbonate, nitrate, better you write that. Oh, okay. All right. So, okay. Any question you want to ask before we end the seminar? Okay. This now will be Q&A. So you got any question you want to ask, then you can ask now, right? Just turn back the this now got student ask, teacher, can you turn back the one? This is the one. Okay. Now we open for Q&A. Do you have any things you want to ask or any thing you want me to share with you before we end the last one? Okay, here got a direct question, a direct message asked me, teacher, how do we know how many points to write in essay? Okay, usually the marks over there will show you every single point is 1 mark, except equation. Equation usually will be 2 marks per equation. So that's why if I give you 10 marks and then I ask you for equation, 2 equation means 4 marks go for equation, 6 marks for your explanation and so on, right? So usually my method to answer essay is I will see how many marks, I minus out the equation, the remaining marks I will divide to how many factors I want to explain. So let's say 6 marks for 2 factors, every factor 3 marks. That is the way how I answer the essay. Okay, for graph, is it have to be always straight line? Okay, actually for graph, right, straight line or curved line, okay, most of them are straight line, okay, except certain, for example, they give you time, not rate of reaction, they will get a curve. Heating curve, naphthalene, that one also curve. Do we have to label the diagram? Yes. All diagram you draw have to label. This is important. Do we have to write physical state? No need. Physical state is not compulsory for SPM student. So no need to write physical state. Don't write solid, liquid, gas inside your equation. Don't. Later you put wrong means wrong. Don't put physical state. Can I use fraction for equation? Okay. In your textbook for combustion, they got used fraction. But then when you come to other equation, we will suggest you to use fraction. Make it become whole number equations. Okay. Right. When you have to use wire gauze, okay, wire gauze is only for those gentle heating one. If you need a strong heating, we don't put wire gauze. Okay. All right. Okay. Any more questions? All right. So if not, then okay. Just want to remind you lah. This is the possible one. If got any more, If got any more update of the possible questions, I will share to Jennifer, and then you can get more details from the SCS group. All right.
感谢同学们的观看，记得不要忘了 subscribe、like、share and comment。我们下次再见哦。